On the last day of March, T would again meet the artist and the artist's wife in Old Town Square. He was walking back to Carline, not watching where he was going, when a colorful wing dropped on his shoulder. The Thai massage parrot grinned and repeated that T was Thai. It was so sudden that T slipped and caught his hand on the cobblestone. His container filled. He wished to accept this strangeness, but for some reason he could not. At that moment, someone shouted in Czech, and the parrot flapped off, fearing the tall woman. It was Katka. Like on New Year's, she had appeared when T needed someone. She helped him up, and his pulse sprang to her touch. Pavel walked out of a nearby shop. She squeezed T's hand. They were running errands, shopping for Pavel's cafe. He and Rockefeller were going to choose a location the next morning. T said casually that he could keep Katka company while Pavel was out. Pavel stomped his cigarette, closed his hands in his armpits, and said they could have a "see you, alligator" party. That night, Katka appeared in T's dreams again and again until he could see her flaws. The hint of cruelty in her stare. One side of her body slightly longer than the other. In one dream, she was Korean. She led him up to a rooftop. From the roof, T could see Boston, his ex-girlfriend mouthing, "Wrong woman." His nose itched, and he scratched it until it fell off in his palm. Upon descending the staircase, he and Katka were inside his apartment in Carline. He switched on the lights. She switched them off. When he tried to speak, the words exited his lips like tiny scraps of paper and entered hers. He woke, aching with desire. In the morning, he rode the tram to Mletsica. The entire winter, his painted selves had hopped out of their canvases and into his sleep, as if to offer other lives, or as ghosts of lives he'd already lived somewhere else. He wondered which of those canvases Katka would say was the most like him. He trusted her instinctively. In the first, he shone with faith beside the orloi as he left his feet. In the second, a black bird clawed his shoulder, its feathers shiny and metallic. He lit its tail like a rocket, waiting for it to explode. In the third, he stood at a mirror. The canvas was long and wide. In the mirror was Old Town, his reflection half naked in the night streets, and in the corner, a door. In the fourth, Pavel had exaggerated T, as tall and skinny as a skyscraper, as brown as a wet sandcastle. But his eyes were not his, they were blue. From the tram stop, T walked down to Pavel and Katka's yard, past the gnarled maple tree she loved, and knocked at the kitchen door. She opened it, aproned. The scent of goulash and cabbage trailed her like a loyal pet. Her stare flashed past him at first, then focused on his face. She pursed her lips in an incomprehensible whistle. On an impulse, he shook her hand, and she smiled at his awkwardness. She had blade-like cheekbones, sharp enough to halt a trespasser in his tracks. They sat at the kitchen table, out of habit, and ate slowly. He asked about the paintings, and she said the first was the best. After he'd praised her cooking a third time, she said, "I want to know something about you that no one else knows." He wasn't sure.